Welcome back to the second podcast. Today, we got the general manager of the Elpatronn collection, the myth, the legend, Rudy Tromino himself. He's been in the exotic car game for over 30 years now. And honestly, when I first met him, I think he was full of bullshit. So be completely fair. But he has kept his word. The dealership is full of cars. So today, we got the pleasure of talking to him for a little bit. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, bro. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Yes.
All right, so let's kick it straight on. Most people think that because they steal the cars, stuff, they think we're making millions and millions of dollars, and they think they can just get a dealer license and become rich. Tell me the actual truth of how difficult is it to get to this point where you're at right now.
I mean, to get to where I am today, I've been in the game 26 years, guys. I started in the car business right out of high school. I had no choice, really. School failed me, so I had no choice. But, I was great at sales. I was always good at selling myself. And, Spanish, being bilingual, it kind of helped me out. So it took a while to get here, of course, many trials and errors. And, we keep failing. Even today, we keep failing. And that's just part of the journey, right? To get to where you are. Failing is part of the process. And most people are fear of failing. And I think that's the reason why they don't understand that there's new levels, new devils, right? I always say that, and failing is part of it. You just got to embrace it. I fail every day. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Just like some of you guys are. But it's not about being perfect. It's about giving your best, right? Giving your all, and that energy traffic to the customer, to the banks, to everybody. And that's how you make it. It's hard work, man. Like, you just got to put in the work, and it takes time for all these opportunities to come. It just didn't happen to me like that. It's just something that I built, my brand, my name out there, just reputation-wise, and just basically putting out content out, at the end of the day, because...
The average person comes in, they think we own all these cars. They kind of don't know anything about the industry. So kind of walk me through, how does someone go from, because do we own all these cars, or are these cars from a bank? If you showed up, and I think in a matter of 10 days, I've seen 20 cars show up. Like, I don't even know if these cars are ours, or friends. Kind of run through people who think we own all these cars.
So a floor plan company is a line of credit that you get. You build, like I said, all about connections, reputation. They give you a line. We used to have up to 30 million in New York. Here we're up to like 10 million. So they give you a line of credit, and you pay an interest on the car. So that's why we sell volume. The quicker the car goes, the less interest you pay. We sell very, very fast, and obviously we have a network on social media that goes quickly. So,
and after 30 years of experience, because I've seen Rudy at work a couple of times, and if I was a salesman, I've seen people walk in here in gym shorts and pull up the next day with 300 band. So I would judge these people when they come in, as like if you don't have that experience.
There's a funny story about that, by the way.
I know, and I would have never thought that guy was a buyer. So yeah. Are you able to tell, within your first interaction, your 60 seconds with a client, if they're actually a buyer or not? Do you judge them up on what they're wearing, what they're driving?
Yeah, so I learned the hard way. I used to be judgmental that way, prejudge customers, until one guy came in, just like that guy, came in a raggedy shirt, and bought five cars for his employees, own multi-million-dollar company, and nobody wanted to take him in the showroom. And I just entertained him. I had so much patience with him. And ever since then, I said, I'll never judge a customer for what they look like, or for what they're wearing, or the watch they have. We get sized by what we drive and what we're wearing, and clothes and watches and all this and now the phone. But in reality, just be human. Humanize yourself and show customer the value, right? That you respect for them. You don't know how hard it took them to get that money to get their dream car, and we're selling their dream car. There's people gonna die, right, in this world, and they'll never get to drive those cars. And we drive them like it's Toyota Corollas. We take it for granted sometimes. I always say there's different kind of rich, right? If you look at the multi-wealthy people, there's rich, there's wealthy, there's other levels, right? A guy like like a Zuckerberg, right? He wears the same shirt every single day, he doesn't want to think about what he's gonna wear. And there's people like that, there's just different kind of rich. People that you think that they don't wear name brands and shit like that. It's people that have their bank account super loaded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't judge, for sure.
Don't judge, because you might lose the sale. So let's go actually into the art of the deal, because at the end of the day, to make money, you're either selling a product or a service. So there's a lot of...
Or yourself.
Or yourself, yeah.
Which most of the time I sell myself.
So you don't sell the product or the service?
The product sells itself.
The product sells itself?
Yes.
Oh, so walk me through what that means.
Okay, so for the most part, we think we know more than the customer. The average customer spends 12 hours searching the vehicle before they walk into the dealership. They looked at 7 dealerships before they chose us, right, and they're gonna do business with 2 or 3. The difference is how you're going to treat them, how you're going to provide them the finances they need, and it's the car that they like, right? So that's part is already, they did the research on all that. It's just how you're going to treat him different from the other dealership, because you might think, all right, you're the only guy that has that Bentley or has the Ferrari.
Right.
But in our mind, we don't realize it's a shit ton of dealerships that have the same car. We're not going to judge them, right? Paying cash, finance, whatever it is, and help them guide them through the process. And I think that I do very well at figuring out what their needs are. Right. Sometimes they come in for a Lambo, but either they're not ready financially yet, or they really don't need a Lambo. Maybe they should start with a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? So
you put them into something else. So you don't take
because I believe that if you're looking for a Lambo, there's a reason for it, right? I learned the difference between a Lambo customer, a Ferrari customer. Lambo guy just wants to have fun. Ferrari guy just wants to park in the driveway. He's just to say, hey, I made it, right? So I know those guys. So I guide them into the car to make sense for them, because I learned a little bit about them, a little bit. I build report just like you do sometimes. Build report. Why do you want this car? How long have you looking for this car? Is this a car of your dreams? Sometimes they have multiple before not knowing. You know? Right.
So what you're saying is basically when the customer comes in, forget about the car, forget about the numbers, make a friend.
I go back to Jets fans, right? Jets fans are diehard fans, and they're probably never going to win a Super Bowl, a championship in their lifetime. But tell a Jets fan that they'll bite your head off. You know what I'm saying? So they put their tattoos and everything. So what I do is I make them my friend, become a fan, because you never know that customer is an entrepreneur. You might be able to help them with their products. You know, we have marketing, we have so much things that we can accommodate them in a way. And when you build that value, they see you as like, wow, this guy can help me grow my company or do other things. So I always look at it that way. Or even I can benefit from them, from their product or from what they're doing in their company.
So how do you handle most of the objections in the car industry? Because a lot of people, you walk in, want to see the car and then leave. Yeah. Right. So do you? What do you and how do you handle that objection? Somebody comes in, looks at the car, wastes 6 hours of your time. They go, you know what? I'm gonna talk to what?
I qualify them first, because remember, the day they come in doesn't necessarily mean the day you're gonna sell the car, right?
Buying.
Let them sit in the car, let them drive the car, smell the car, make them visualize them in that car, right? Especially if it's an exotic, it's a dream car. So for them to know that, hey, I could be the owner of this dream car, but not necessarily pressure them. And listen, I'm married, right? 26 years. So I respect that sometimes. Hey, listen, I understand you guys speak to your wife. You know, can we give her a call right now? Like, no, I'd rather talk to private. Because some of these cars, the wife's not okay buying them that car.
They don't want the house in the car.
Right. So it might not be in the budget, but they're trying to convince the wife to do it. So I kind of help them like, hey, listen, this is how I do it with my wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I own a couple of cars myself. And yeah, if it's a little extra, right? So I find a way that is more economic for them, whether leasing, financing, whatever, extended for 10 years. There's plenty of ways, financing ways. So I always find that objections are important if you listen to them and you give them an idea how they can overcome it. So, you know, we all deal with objections every day. We always get no every day. But for me, the more no's I get, it's just closer to get to it, yes.
That's the right mentality. I see all these people teaching people how to sell cars. Like, you can't let them leave. You got to run them. You're going to push them. And I've seen you work the past couple of weeks. You don't even do it. I see you close deals on the phone with people you've never seen their faces. Yeah. People that haven't even looked at the car. Like we shipped them a land to some guy in Michigan, I think, that never saw the car. And then he shipped the GTR to us. So the misconception of you need to be the star to sell cars, it's not correct, right?
No, I sell without selling. What I mean by that is the selling is done for itself. But like I said to you before, we're selling dream cars, right? And sometimes I forget that and I just treat the customer, but I slow down a little bit. It's not about the pressure, right? It's the less pressure you give them and you make them feel comfortable, they're gonna trust you. I work more about building the rapport and building that trust and building that brand to say, hey, listen, I'm the guy that's been doing it for a little while. I know a little bit more, but I also say, listen, I have a way that you can get it done and I can make it happen. And I'm known for that. You know, people come to me because, yo, you get deals done no matter what. Right. So people I want to be known for that. And I like the challenge. They listen, the guy on the G-Wagon, he's like, I'll give you 24 hours. I got him the car in 26 hours. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's driving it. He loves me. Like, he gave us a Raptor. He calls me. He gave us a free coffee machine. I mean, you see it, state of the art. So now I want to help him with his company. You know, now I'm helping, hey, how can I help you market your company? He's like, really? I was like, yeah, bro. Like, Like you're my friend, you know what I'm saying? So you think this guy's gonna go buy a car somewhere else?
No.
Exactly.
You meet a friend, you help him out.
Exactly.
So, that's
And all his friends are gonna come to me. Now the guy on the McLaren, the guy that with the McLaren, the first McLaren, he got me already 2 watches, right? Came in and got a watch the following week for himself. So, you know what I realized is that they say that if you sell a client more than one product, 90% chance they'll never leave you. The vision first was anything luxury. We want to be the gold shop, right? So if you want an exotic car, if you want an exotic watch, if you want a bag, you know, Birkin, right? There's high-end stuff that, like I said to you again, the idea is not just to sell them one product. The idea is to keep them repeat business in the same store. Right. So if they already gave my trust for a car, I'm gonna go for the watch. Hey, you getting a new car? Why not a new watch? You know what? Yeah, let me look at the new watch. Even if they don't buy the watch that day, I'm already planting seed that Elpatronn or Rudy, whatever you want to call me, is the guy to go for a watch, right? The guy on the Bentley that he got it. I already showed him the Bentayga, right? I sold him the Bentayga already. So now I showed him a couple of Birkin bags. I said, yo, Christmas, I'm gonna come back and buy her the Birkin bag.
For the wife?
For the wife.
Nice.
For the wife. So they just got a brand new house. Now they got the Bentayga to go in the driveway. I said, yo, you need a bag, you need a watch? They sold the watches. He said, yeah, maybe a watch for me and the Birkin farm for Christmas. So now I already know in the back of my head. They already follow me on social media. I'm already following them, liking their pictures. So I know everything about them already. So you think Christmas, they're gonna be here buying a bag.
So what is the importance of people building their own brand? Because I think nowadays, people put more trust in a face than in a company itself.
100%.
So what do you think about for people that are out there trying to make it? Should they start building their own brand? Is it something they should invest time and money into?
I think branding is everything nowadays on social media. I mean, we're scrolling 7-8 hours on these devices every day, average. And if you're not building your brand, you're gonna be working for somebody, fortunately. I'm an entrepreneur. I want to build my brand because wherever I go, my brand goes, my clients go. So yeah, building a brand is not only detrimental to the company, be the face of it, right? Because people buy emotion, people buy me. They buy you, your energy, your videos, you know what I'm saying? So all that stuff, they buy in you. At the end of the day, coming in because they saw the video that you made them click. So building a brand is vital to any company.
So let's go back to how this all started. Because I know you're a salesman. You've been selling cars.
I'm going to die a salesman.
But you're going to die a salesman.
Yes.
But you have over 1 million followers now on Instagram. When did that start? When you were selling cars at one point, when did you decide, yo, I want to do this, but on the internet? Because you were working probably in the lead center, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But when was the turning point of you saying, yo, you know what, I want to put my face out there for people to see and start building your brand? And how was the process? Because I don't think getting to 1 million and a half followers is easy.
So it's not. It costs a lot of money, okay? But it is also, the way we started is we got into management within 18 months of being in the car business. I was promoted to sales manager, right? But the brand didn't come out till 7 years ago. The Elpatronn brand came out 7 years ago, and I decided I was gonna go at that. I was already a GM partner level, and nobody was doing it at that level. Salesmen were doing it, BDC people were doing it, but on a GM level, nobody was really doing it. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna take it. I went to a conference and I felt like they were talking to me. It's like, you gotta do it. You gotta be the one doing all these things on social media. And I went for it. And, you know, we went viral a couple of times. I was doing it with a Mitsubishi brand and we became #1 in the country for very long times. And from there, I just started following. I got like 10,000 dealerships that follow me right now. And that's how I make my money with them, because I either wholesale to them, right? You know, we do deals together. I mean, you see me on the phone all the time, making deals. So that's how we started. And then we just started building. You know, it takes a little bit of a while, but I also love doing it. You know what I'm saying? I love making my videos every morning. I want my clients and I don't call them followers, I call them friends, right? Fans, whatever. I want them to know what I'm doing at 5 in the morning when I wake up, and when I go to sleep, it's worth it to me because I get something out of it all the time. And random, like sometimes they'll connect with me because I'm with my daughter, or they'll connect with me because they go to the gym and I'm at the gym. So they'll connect somehow. Hey, this is a guy grinding. This is a guy that wants to make it happen.
So there's a lot of things that they can relate to.
Not just cars. They know I'm a hustler and they know I'm in sales, but they might see something else that's gonna click. Well, yo, I want to do business with this guy. They're gonna relate somehow. So don't focus so much on just selling. because you don't hear me. I mean, you see me posting cars because that's what I do. Watches, yeah, that's what I do for a living. But most of the time, you're just telling my story, what I'm doing throughout the day. I'm smoking a cigar. I'm stressed, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a stressful fucking day. So it happens.
So let me, what is it? You've been in the industry for a long time. What percentage of these people are buying supercars? Right here in South Florida, I think you from New York?
New York, yeah.
All right, so now you relocated to South
Yep.
Florida. You see supercars everywhere. Like they're like
Which is why I came here. Is why I moved here.
Exactly. I grew up in
Because-
Peru and I've never seen a car before I moved here. Do all these people that buy these supers, do they actually afford them? Because people look at all these cars and like, is that money out there, or some of them are used literally like 3 payments behind, waiting for the car to get reaped?
Nah. There's a lot of money where we at.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of money. West Palm and West Palm area is one of the most desirable areas, and it's actually top in Porsches and Bentleys, the most sold in the country.
Really?
Yes, in this particular area. So the thing about makes us different is that you don't need to have perfect credit to own a supercar. As long as you have cash, yes, you can.
All right. So what we do the process? How does that work?
So-
How's somebody get approved for $250,000 loan?
So we have relationship banks, investors that they want to put up the money, right? As long as you put anywhere from 35 to 40% down on the car, so it's a cash down buyer, you can put it into the business and you can get your exotic. Payment's not going to be favorable to you, but you got to start somewhere, right? And there's young kids like you, like making big money, and they can afford these cars because they probably don't have a lot of expenses. You know, they're just making good money, whether you're doing e-commerce, Amazon, whatever you're doing, and you're making a ton of money. I can get you a McLaren for $2,500.
All right, but that's basically because of the relationship that you built with the banks over there.
There's banks here in Florida that we signed up for those programs for that reason. You get your exotic, guys. So as long as you have, like I said, cash down is king.
All right, so a lot of dealerships don't want their salesman to deal over the phone, but I've seen you close more deals on the phone than in person. So what will you tell for all these people, all these that are actually salesmen, selling whatever, that they don't want to negotiate over the phone?
So
they don't feel comfortable speaking with
I'll tell you, everything happened in 2019. COVID changed the game for good. Okay. You used to go to the dealership, spend 4 or 5 hours and get your car. During the pandemic, you got your car delivered in your fucking couch. Excuse my friend. You were in your couch, you were sitting, you signed everything. So now people in their mind, they're like, why would I go waste 5 hours on a freaking dealership? Why can't I just get it the same way I got it during the pandemic?
Right.
So I adapted that and I made it and I mastered it. So now that's why I started shipping cars from New York. I started shipping cars to my number one state was Texas and it was Florida. So I said, might as well go to Florida because that's where the cars are at. And that's why I made the move to come here because everything's on the phone, guys. Remember, customers want information. You hide information, they know more than you about the product. So just give them the information. They make a decision if they're gonna buy the car or not. As long as you treat them right, you don't prejudge them, right? You don't insult them because you don't know who's on the other line, right? You don't know how much money they have in the bank. If they want the car, they want the video, and I see you do it too, right? You send out nice videos on all these things. I got a customer flying in for the Hennessy tomorrow, right? Guys, multi, and everybody's on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's happy. He's like, bro, I'm gonna wire you the money. I'm coming to get the car. I'm coming in tomorrow just to deliver the product. Right. Because he's like, yes, I bought it from you because I like you on the phone.
Right.
Never met this person. It's just smooth on the phone.
People gotta, if you're a salesman, you gotta get comfortable while talking on the phone.
You gotta evolve, man. Pandemic changed the game.
Not everything is face to face.
Nah.
I have no experience in the dealership.
We're gonna sell more cars over the phone than in person. Just so you know, we're gonna ship probably 70% of the cars, than selling them here in person.
That's an actual fact because I've been working here for 6 months and I've seen him close 80% of the deals, getting wires on the phone. You wouldn't believe it, but you see right there on the table, he's got 2 phones right there. Those 2 phones don't stop.
Sergio just sent the wire.
So, somebody already sent the wire right now and getting notifications. So if you gotta get comfortable with talking to people over the phone. It's not something, if you can't get them in person, you gotta do over the phone. That's
absolutely. Everything's on the phone. Everything is over the phone. At the end of the day, guys, it's making it convenient for the client at the end of the day. So you make it convenience, you sell it.
What is your favorite car brand? Because I see you don't get attached too much to the product themselves. Like, you don't get attached to them.
Not really.
No, right? So you don't want any emotional attachment.
Well, I my favorite is a Lambo. I owned a Lambo 5 years ago. It was my very first car. and that was my dream car. And I owned it for 4 years. It got burned. It got burned down. But I learned that I drive all these cars every day, and I'm grateful that I drive them every day. But I don't get stuck into one car, right? There's no emotional attachment. McLaren 720 is my favorite, which I'm gonna have a story about that soon on that car.
Really?
Yeah. So that was like my favorite, like one of my dream cars, 720S. It was my first exotic in 2019. And the car has so many issues that I had to send it back to Sweden. And I always wanted it back. And at the end of the day,
people keep sending wires.
it's good, guys. It's a good day today. It's a good day at the
All right, so you've been in the industry for 30 years. I mean, you've built an empire. You've seen every economic cycle, every trend, every type of customer. You've seen the cars evolve. You've seen the industry evolve.
Yep.
If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your younger self before you started this, what would you tell your younger self that could have changed it?
Buy crypto in 2012. I would have been a billionaire. But no, listen, at the end of the day, guys, stay consistent. Every journey is different. You know, we got here through pain and suffering, but at the end of the day, it's hard work, man. You got to hard work. There's no way to skip in. There's no magic pill. You have to work hard for it, and just be yourself. At the end of the day, give it 100%, and the people will see that. And if you know about the cars, I don't know much about cars, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Most people think I do,
Right.
but I learn them on YouTube, right? Just like now I'm learning more about the watches. So I watch one video every day when I'm working out on different watches. So I start learning more about watches. But they say within 5 years, you become an expert, right? So you start learning more about any new product.
So consistency is key.
It's 100%. You cannot, that's what gives you the motivation. Most people think that, I'm not motivated because you're not consistent. If you're consistent, eventually the motivation just becomes natural.
Rudy Termino, Elpatronn, guys.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Guys, all right, follow the page, share it. Thank you. Appreciate it.